Wireless mic check. Good morning. Invite our graduates to please be seated. On behalf of the Brady Township Schools Board of Education, Administration, faculty, and staff, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome you all here to the 97th commencement of Kingsford High School and Brady Township Schools. As a side note, our program is being live streamed on YouTube. The link is available on the Brady Township Schools Facebook page and will be available after the program. Also, our traditional slideshow of each graduate is available on the Kingsford High School Facebook page, and I invite you to view that during the program or after. Since the inception of the original Kingsford High School in 1925, which stood right where our current tennis courts are located, we've seen a great deal of growth and change and renovation. The original school was built to satisfy a major desire in the community to educate the children of the local families, many of whom worked for the Ford Motor Company. One writer described this construction as splendid cooperation. As you know, the neighborhood schools were eventually transitioned to the beautiful school buildings of Woodland Elementary, Kingsford Middle School, and Kingsford High School, where our graduates were fortunate to attend. That spirit of cooperation, hard work, and Flivver pride remains instilled in the students and staff here today. To our graduates, graduation is the end of one dream and the beginning of the next. The first dream was made for you by your family, our community, and our nation. What an awesome gift. A free, appropriate public education for anyone who wants it. All you needed to do was earn it. Let me be the first to formally congratulate you today. You've earned it. You've done the necessary work to be considered a Kingsford High School graduate. You should be very proud of yourself and your accomplishments. I know your family and friends in attendance today are very proud of you all, and it's now time to begin the next phase of your own dreams. Wherever the path may lead you, your Flivver pride, spirit, and determination for excellence will serve you well. On a personal note, I want to say it's been a pleasure to watch you all grow from young children to now young adults and soon to be Kingsford High School graduates. You've provided me with many fond memories at school, at programs, concerts, games, special events. You've been an excellent group of young individuals, and I'm happy to have gotten to know you here. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the individuals who are here on stage with me today. First, our Board of Education members. Board of Education President, Mr. Mark Pugh. Board of Education Treasurer, Mr. Jeff Gussert. Board of Education Trustee, Mr. Eric Johnson. And Board of Education Trustee, Mr. Mike Cross. The majority of the work of board members do is behind the scenes. Their oversight helps to ensure we have quality materials for our students to learn from, quality of facilities to learn in, and highly skilled staff members to teach our students. Thank you for your support of our school, board members. Next, I would like to introduce Kingsford High School Assistant Principal, Mr. Al Unger. Mr. Unger, would you please stand? Mr. Unger is the 1980 graduate of Kingsford High School and began his career with the district in 1999 as a mechanical design instructor. Prior to that, he served in private industry. He then transitioned to become the athletic director in 2002 and served in that role until 2019, where he was named Kingsford High School Assistant Principal. Highlights of his career include serving on the MHSAA Representative Council, the inception of the Flivver Open, multiple years of hosting the Upper Peninsula Track and Field Finals at Flivver Field, and leading the committee for the acquisition, restoration, and display of the Flivver car, which was renovated by his uncle, Clyde Unger, and sits in the Kingsford Middle School Commons area today. It's a great source of pride for our school. He takes great pride in being a Flivver and has served our district very well. Mr. Unger will retire at the end of this school year, having served the district for 23 years, impacting several thousand lives of students and student athletes. Mr. Unger, congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for your dedication to Brady Township Schools. Lastly, I'd like to introduce Mr. David Lindbeck. Mr. Lindbeck is our first-year principal at Kingsford High School and did a very good job in his role. Mr. Lindbeck will serve as the Master of Ceremonies for our program.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes, and it's a pleasure to be here with all of you today. This is the second time in school history to have commencement on Flivver Field, and my first time here as a Flivver. And today is a great day to be a part of Flivver Nation. Graduation is a ceremony formalizing the rite of passage to new responsibilities and a solidarity of what you have accomplished. Earning the Kingsford High School diploma and becoming a Flivver alumni. The ceremony today, like those of the past, is a celebration of the culmination of effort, resilience, and perseverance that will lead you to the path that you have chosen. Listen now, hear the sounds of your classmates, and reflect upon the accomplishments, the memories, the experiences, and the satisfaction of being here today. And now, KHS Concert Band, under the direction of Mr. Ben Shirk, will play the musical selection, The Great Locomotive Chase.
As the kids are coming up and getting into their places, a little bit of history about the song. It's one of their favorites, but it depicts an event in our human history, in American history, the Civil War. The South was leading, and they had their train tracks from west to east across the United States. And the North infiltrated one of their train stations dressed as civilians and took one of the trains with the idea of driving all the way to the West Coast and ripping up the track as they go. As they got started, the Southern people found out, got another train, started chasing them. So this is called a tone poem, and it paints a picture of what that looks like as they steam across America, occasionally stopping, trying to rip up tracks and getting chased. Ultimately, the northern train was captured, and many of the soldiers were executed.
Thank you, Mr. Shirk and the Kingsford High School Band. The tradition of student speakers at Kingsford High School commencement began in 1979 and has continued on a yearly basis ever since. Once again, we'll have members of the graduating class who would like to share their thoughts, experiences with their classmates, family members on this very special day. I first call to the podium Zoe Geronimi.
Good morning, students, family members, friends, faculty. As Mr. Lindbeck said, my name is Zoe Geronimi, and I'm absolutely elated to be able to talk to you all this morning. I don't think I was meant to love high school. I love reading and the sound of cars at night, when the sun shines particularly bright, and baking, although my sugar cookies never seem to turn out just right. I like the way it feels to ride those swings at the fair, the ones that make you feel like you're flying. I liked high school, but it's hard to describe. It's not like falling, and it's not like flying. It doesn't make my head fuzzy, and students don't break into song and dance like they did in the movies. It's demanding, and it can be lonely. It's how a piano sounds when it's untuned, every key a little bit eerie. It's how overthinking and cold sweating feels, walking into a test, wondering if the late night study session was enough to pass. It's so wild with color, a mess of hues mixing together. It is so obscure that it is beautiful. High school is one of those paintings that you see in a museum, one that has so much going on that you tilt your head to one side and then you tilt your head to the other, trying to discern what in the world is going on. It is chaotic. It's fun. It's indescribable. And as much as it pains me to say it, we are almost done. The most alluring yet heartbreaking aspect of high school is that it is short. It is designed to be consumed, used, spent, lived, felt. We're supposed to fill it with every mistake and miracle that we can manage and cherish the time that we have been able to spend together. And then we are supposed to let it go. As much as I would love to stand here in front of you all and talk about how today is a catalyst for all of your future endeavors, how today is the beginning of the rest of your lives. For many, today is just another Saturday. And tomorrow is going to be another Sunday. And on Monday, instead of rushing in for the 8 o'clock bell, many of us will be at home. Throughout high school, I found comfort in observation. And through that, I found something intriguing about each and every one of you. The one part of me that wants to throw my cap into the air waits, as the other half flips through old pictures. First grade, 8th, freshman year, Mr. Martinen's Halloween costumes, chasing a moose on Kingsford Middle School's very last Isle Royal trip, ordering pizza in Mrs. Walensky's class, and singing, and later complaining about the same Bruno Mars songs at homecoming and winter formal and prom every year. I see you all sitting in front of me, mixed emotions painted onto your faces. And I see me standing in front of you, trying to put into words the feelings that encompass this bittersweet consummation. One half of me wants to reach out to you and talk about all the memories that we shared together. But every part of me is going to miss you all and this school unconditionally. All of me is scared to leave. All of me is excited to see what the future brings. But most importantly, all of me is in awe of all of you. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Zoe. Now I call Levi Ferrucci to the podium.
Hello, fellow classmates and parents of the classmates. Thank you for allowing me to give this speech on this very important day. I've always wanted to give a speech for graduation or something important, and I figured give it my best shot since our last day in school. And lucky enough, I actually made it. Crazy. We were all dumb kids at one point in time, and most of it happened to be in high school. We can all admit that. And I remember when we were 8th graders, our class, when we were 8th graders, we were so scared to just go into high school because we thought that teachers were going to be a lot harder, a lot more strict, and there was big seniors down the hallways. But next thing you know, we walked right into the freshman year, and we made it. We had great times, bad times, all in freshman year. But like anything else, it keeps moving forward. Next thing you know, it was sophomore year. And I know we had a small team for football, but we did our best. And ever since then, it kind of just, for me at least, shot right through. Next thing you know, I blinked, and it was senior year. And that was kind of very scary for a lot of us, but some of us were so excited. And I know I can just say, for me personally, I was excited and scared, mainly for this speech. But I remember there was a day that Mrs. Percola would always tell me every single day in seventh hour geometry. She would always say, oh, you're going to miss these days. You're going to miss these days. And I never thought she'd be true. Turns out I'm missing the good old days. And you guys may not say, oh, we're still in the good old days, but in a couple of years, you're going to look back at all the stupid stuff we did in high school. Okay. For coming into the senior year, it was kind of, I already said that, but so most of us after where we are now are excited to go into college, are excited to go right into the workforce. And I know I am excited to go to college because it's a new experience and that's what we're looking for. And I know all of us are going to think about this day and about how it was such a life-changing day. But we're all going to think back to the good days where, like, me, Marcus, Tappy, and Regan making 12 a.m. McDonald's runs. Or me, Alistair, Bird, and Tappy just messing around on Alistair's lake trying to play King of the Raft. But I will say I'm not going to be missing this a lot, but I will miss it a little bit. Mainly because of the homework. But a lot of people ask me, why did you have such a good experience in high school? And I think the main reason is because I had such good friends and family that helped me through it. I mean, I had literally had like the best friends. If I was doing something stupid, they would call me and say, hey, don't do it. Which, I mean, I kind of thank them for it now. And I just gotta say, thank you to all the KHS staff and all the coaches, because they literally inspired us to do more than we thought we could do. And I know it may not seem that way because they give us homework every night, but they also helped us with our personal life in a certain way. Some of them helped us, like, when we were scared for something or a speech. I know Mrs. Botese helped me with this, but some of us were scared for different reasons, and they all kind of helped us out and was like, you got this. But I just gotta say, Mr. Olson, another good time with him was when we had first hour breakfast class. I meant physics, my bad. And I know Olympia and Sawyer can back me up on that. But after today, we are going to start our adult lives. And I'm prepared for it, and probably not at the same time. And I know we made great memories here, and we had such a fun time. But I came across this song, and I thought it was perfect for our class. It's called The Nights, and it explains our class basically in detail. And it says, went face to face with all our fears, learned our lessons through the tears, and made memories we knew would never fade. And this is true for our class, because we all went face to face with all our fears, like the seniors when we were freshmen. And like I had to go against Tappy and Wilson in football. But we also learned our lessons through the tears, like when I totaled my truck, I had my friends have my back, and they also taught me to drive safer. But definitely made memories we knew would never fade. I can list off hundreds of memories from this 4 years, but you guys don't have time for that. And there's also another verse in this song that is just true too. And it says, one day you'll leave this world behind, so leave a life you will remember. And that kind of sticks for our whole class. We made a legacy here. We were probably the best class to come through Kingsford. I'm not talking about sports, because that's a different thing. But as personality, I know we have such great young adults, sorry. We have such great young adults in this class. They're always willing to help and just willing to do stuff. Or they're like Ben and they sleep in when we're supposed to go fishing at 6 a.m. But still, they're accountable for it. And that's one of the big things that we need. And let me see here, I got lost. But thank you for the time. Honestly, thank you guys for the awesome time we had, all the great memories, messing around, doing stuff that we shouldn't do at 12 o'clock at night, but we still did it. And I will always remember all the years we had, like struggling together, fighting together, and just having a good time. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for these great 4 years of memories. And I will remember most of you. Football kind of messed that up. But I will remember all of you guys. And thank you for an amazing time. And also thank you to Mr. Schur for also coming back for my senior year. I was looking forward to it, but he kind of retired. This is just your second time? But thank you guys all, and hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Levi. Now I call to the podium Alea Garvalia.
1 year later, my name is still being mispronounced, but you know what? We'll get there eventually. Freeze. As residents of the Upper Peninsula, this word has been a part of our vernacular for as long as I can remember. Whether playing freeze tag at recess, freeze dance in Mrs. Ritzma's class, or talking about the frigid temperatures, it has always found its way into the conversation. However, the one place the word freeze never fit was time. As we've grown up, I've witnessed millions of moments that I wished I could freeze in time to cherish a little longer. 5th grade graduation, when Lucas Tappy shoved his entire face into a piece of watermelon during the watermelon eating contest. Every year at the light show, when the lights shut down and the crowd went wild. or watching the Kriegels fight for victory in musical chairs at every pep rally. In the months leading up to this day, I'm sure nearly everyone had a moment that they wish they could freeze in time. Nevertheless, I know that if we did have the ability to freeze these moments, we would never leave them. And I believe that this is one of the moments time cannot be frozen. Now that we will be walking across this stage and leaving the school that has become home over these last 13 years, I feel as though this desire to freeze time has disappeared, because I know that it is our time to move on. However, this is not a goodbye. This is a hello to the future Kingsford has prepared us to take on, a see you later to the community that raised us, and an until next time to the friends and family who helped us through each obstacle on the path to this moment. That being said, I have a few words of wisdom that never made their way into the morning announcements. 1, make yourself a priority. 2, your future is in your hands, so take it and make the most of it that you can. 3, be proud of yourself for all that you have accomplished so far and all that you will accomplish in the future. 4, don't be afraid to strive for greatness, because each and every person sitting here today is capable of achieving it. 5, make today a great day, or not. The choice will always be yours. And 6, never try to freeze time, because it is the moments of triumph and defeat that we would have frozen that have served to shape us into who we are today. Life is special because it can't be frozen, meaning that we must make the most of each moment as they are presented to us. Right now is one of the moments that we will remember for the rest of our lives, so make it to the fullest extent that you can while we are living it. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaliyah. Thank you for sharing your memories, your inspirations, and your dreams. Each one of you has had an impact on KHS, and thank you. I now call upon KHS Concert Chorale under the direction of Mr. Ben Shirk to perform For the Good.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me. You'll be with me. Like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I'd been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share,
And none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet with a sharpie as it passes the sun. Like a wind off the sea. Like a stream of rain. Like a sea drop by a blood is torn. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you,
because I knew you.
because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Thank you, Mr. Shirk. Podium Township faculty and staff members, please stand. Thank you for your commitment to our students, your passion for working with our young people, your guidance throughout their school career, and for setting an excellent foundation for our students to build upon. Thank you. Senior class advisors, Mr. Yonke and Mrs. Yonke, thank you for your time, effort, and guidance to the class of 2022 as they have progressed throughout their senior year. Your effort and attention to detail is greatly appreciated. I would also like to ask the following staff members of our Kingsford High School faculty to please stand. Our special education English teacher, Mrs. Maureen Menard, our guidance counselor, Mrs. Lisa Harry, our high school executive secretary, Mrs. Terry Rugg, and assistant principal, Mr. L. Unger. Mrs. Harry has been with BTS for 26 years, and for 19 years, she was a 7th grade science and math teacher. And for the past 7 years, she's been a guidance counselor at Kingsford High. She had coached varsity track and basketball, and Mrs. Harry will be retiring after the school year. Mrs. Maureen Menard, she's a graduate from Central Michigan University and has been with Podium Township Schools teaching secondary special education for 23 years. Mrs. Menard will be retiring at the conclusion of the school year. Mrs. Terry Rugg is a very proud 1985 Kingsford High School graduate. She has spent 37 years working in education. And for the past 24 years, she's been an executive secretary at Kingsford High School. Mrs. Rugg has been instrumental in teaching me the routines of the front office. She's also been instrumental with the transition of my own daughters, getting them comfortable at a new school. And Mr. L. Unger. As Mr. Holmes stated earlier, he is a 1980 Kingsford High School graduate. He was an athletic director and an assistant principal. In our short time together, you have taught me the Flivver values, traditions, and the histories. And you have served as a role model and as a great friend. You will all be missed. I would also like to take the time to remember our dear staff member who had passed away unexpectedly in November, Mrs. Joan Hoffman. I know you're with us today. As we all know, you care deeply for our KHS students, and we miss you. Some thank yous for Mr. Nick Guyan for assembling a slide presentation that is viewable on our social media stream. The presentation will continue to be available on KHS website and our Facebook pages. Mr. Justin Cowan and Derek White, who are filming this event today, and for their work setting up all the audio for today's event. Mr. John Pearson for taking pictures here this morning. Those pictures will be available at the all-night party tonight or next week in the KHS principal's office. Photos are provided free of charge. Mr. Bob Tumala of Fairway Golf Carts for allowing us to use those today to help transport our people, our audience, to the stands today. Our BTS custodial crew, under the direction of Mr. Rick Johnson, who were here this morning before 6 a.m. to set up, to Coach Navarra, Coach Kriegel, and the Flivver football team that were also here before 6 a.m. to help us set up. But most importantly, I'd like to thank you, the parents and family members of our graduates. Your support and encouragement of these young adults. You are the reason these graduates have and will reach their full potential. You set the foundation, and I thank you for entrusting our staff with your child's education. Now I'd like to honor the Kingsford High School class of 2022, 133 members here today. You have been a wonderful group of young adults. 19 students from the class have received the Michigan Student Service Award for volunteering for more than 200 hours of community service. They are wearing special community service medallions. Would those 19 students please stand? Thank you. 3 members of the class of 2022 will enter the military service to serve our nation upon graduation. Would the following graduates please stand? Easton Lieburn, United States Army. Aiden Richtig, United States Army. Please remain standing. Hunter Skoglund, United States Air Force. With it also being Memorial Day weekend, would all active duty service members and military veterans in attendance please stand? Thank you for your service. Twenty-seven members, thank you. 27 members of the KHS chapter of the National Honor Society are wearing white cords today. Would those 20 students please stand? Thank you. 87 students from the class have a 3.0 cumulative GPA over their first 7 semesters of high school. They are wearing gold cords. Would those 87 students please stand? Wow. Twenty students with a GPA ranging from 4.0 to 4.194. They are wearing blue cords to indicate they have a GPA of 4.0 or higher. Would those 20 students please stand? Thank you. 13 students that make up the top 10% of the class of 2022. They are wearing red cords. Would those students please stand? And congratulations to all those that received awards and honors. Now, as we prepare for the presentation of diplomas, I would ask that you hold your applause until all students have received their diplomas. Students will cross from the left to the right, your right to left. Presentation of diplomas. The Brighton Township School Board of Education members, I present to you the Kingsford High School class of 2022 who have met the graduation requirements set forth by the state of Michigan and the Brighton Township School Board. I call Mr. Unger, Kingsford High School Assistant Principal, to the podium to call roll.
Thank you, Mr. Lindbeck. Today we'll have several people presenting diplomas to our graduating seniors. First to present, Board Treasurer, Mr. Jeff Gussert. Nicholas R. Abraham. Emma J. Andrews. Dylan G. Arkand. Unable to attend, Alexander Aslan. Madison L. Beck. Joshua A. Benz. Emma A. Bilgreen. Grayson Bilgreen. Michael Bird. Brooke Bittinger. Nathan Bosley. Donovan Bowser. Logan Brackett. Haley Bushkuski. Michael Burke. Bennett Carpenter. Kaylee Connery. Cade Counter. Trinity Cowling. Logan Crago. Delaney Cram. Jason Davis. Megan Dooley. Samantha Doran. Marcus Doucette. Owen Dunn. Elizabeth Early. Amelia Ellison. Connor Erickson. Dakota Erickson. Joseph Erickson. Summer Erickson. Now presenting Board Trustee, Mr. Eric Johnson. Levi Ferrucci. James Freeman. Aaliyah Garvalia. Zoe Geronimi. Ethan Gribble. Julia Hackstock. Christina Hansen. Mila Henriksen. Michael Hill Scott. Now presenting Mr. David Holmes to his daughter, Macy Holmes. Macy Holmes. Chloe Hull. Troy Janofsky. Alistair Johnson. Unable to attend, Haley Johnson. Regan Johnson. Dylan Jones. Natalie Josky. Riley Juno. Caitlin Kinney. Brody Kopp. Unable to attend, Emmett Kowalski. Devin Krajewski. Zachary Kranz. John Paul Kuby. Treston Larson. Allison Lavarnway. Dalton Lawler.
Brother. You all right, bud?
Easton Lieburn. Eric Lindstrom. Presenting next, Mr. Mike Cross, Board Trustee. Jacob Loebner. Ella Lorenzoni. Daniel Mackey. Jalen Marklovich. Maggie Mascot. Abigail McMahon. Cassandra McMahon. Michael Menenguzo. Magdalena Mengini. Zachary Milron. Olympia Moore. Trinity Moore. Andrew Morgan. Luisa Munoz Ozello. Hannah Najera. Megan Nakay. Dennis Newens. Abigail Nichols. Bailey Normand. Michael O'Ketty. Jenna Okanen. Paige Olson. Carissa Pomcook. Zachary Person. Amber Peterson. Isaac Peterson. Vaughn Petsky. Benjamin Pickett. Jenna Pinu. Nolan Pip. Kylie Plemmel. Noah Pohl. Dodge Porthouse. Unable to attend, Megan Preston. Diego Preslikowski. Now presenting Board President, Mr. Mark Pugh. To his son, Sawyer Pugh. Kelsey Quick. Zachary Rankin. Alexander Reed. Rhiannon Reed. Aiden Richtig. Angelina Riley. Reese Ritchie. Luca Rizzo. Grace Roberts. Alexis Roll. Olivia Rundell. Summer Saylor. Kara Shallow. Caitlin Shetler. Samantha Scott. Sydney Scott. Elizabeth Seymour. Laura Shields. Hunter Skoglund. Haley Spigarelli. Ella Spreen. Lucas Tappy. Abby Terrian. Dylan Terschel. Lindsay Van Marter. Danica Varda. Talia Wallace. Daniel Weber. Joseph Wentermini. Eli Witkoff. Lillian Wilcox. Toby Wilcox. Chiana Wilson. Matthew Wilson. Unable to attend, Jonathan Wanch. Blake Wanfor. Thank you.
We're going to need to.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
At this time, I call President of KHS class, Miss Aliyah Garvalia. You just move it right here. Just say, ask them to stand, move their thing, and if they toss it.
Would the class of 2022 please stand? Now, please join me in moving our tassels from the right to the left. Thank you. That's all? Yeah.
Pretty short. All right, let's be seated. Class of 2022, it's been a pleasure serving as your principal here at Kingsford High School, and you'll forever be in my heart. And I want to thank you for that. Although my time has only been a year with you, it's a time worth a lifetime. In your high school years, you've been faced with many challenges and dealt with uncertainty. You're the first class to persevere through and complete a high school year of relative normalcy. In the last 3 years, you once again were able to participate in big events, celebrations, sporting contests. You've learned, however, not to take for granted the little things in life. You learned to celebrate all opportunities, and the scars that you may have had and endured in the last few years will heal. You've become stronger, more resilient, and have anchored on a belief that if tomorrow isn't promised, it's what you should give today, which means live each day to the fullest, and the time is valuable. And what I noticed about the class of 2022 is the support that you have for one another. You stick together as a team, a family. You participate, you are present. I see you at events, performing, supporting each other at concerts, with art displays, with creations, projects, programs, and inventions. You see you dressed in school spirit days, and that you've helped the underclassmen. You are a family centered on excellence, and excellence for achievement, and the achievement for each other. Through time, you will draw on this. You will all become leaders with the excellence on the foundations of a Flivver family. And I can't be any prouder to stand before you today. And once a Flivver, always a Flivver. Please take the time to thank your parents and your families and those who supported you to make your education a success. Parents, on behalf of the entire staff and district, I'd like to thank you for sending us your children and being our partners in their education. And since we are in Flivver Field, our recessional song will be the Hail Sons of Kingsford. I will ask that those in the audience please remain in the stands until all graduates have left the field. Congratulations again, and have a great day, or not. The choice is yours.